Hey guys, it's Jessica from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here with a TBR for June. I am like sweating from taking that thumbnail. I had to not hold all of them because I have so much on my TBR for June. I'm very, very excited. I am done with school and I'm not returning to the classroom, so it's technically summer for me. I am working on different things before officially starting things in July. So it's a transition month for me, but I am going on vacation. I am having a separate TBR for my vacation TBR go up for my patrons, which is always linked down below for my Patreon, and I have Book Bonanza. So it's a really hectic month, honestly, for me because it's gonna be very busy, but I also want to just read a lot. So I have tons here and I'm gonna go ahead and get to it. So the first two I'm reading for book clubs. So the first one is What I Have with Lacey. We have Ravished by Romance. We are reading A Kingdom of Stars and Shadows by Holly Renee. This is a fantasy and look how short it is. I don't even think it's 300 pages. So I'm very excited. I don't know the premise of this one. I don't want to know too much about it before going in. All I know is that it's fantasy. I'm pretty sure we looked up during our last live show. There are 3 or 4 books out now, or book 4 is coming out soon, and they follow the same couple, so I'm assuming this ends on a cliffhanger, but I'm very excited to read this. And I got to meet Holly Renee at Wild and Windy in Chicago, and she was lovely, so I'm excited to read something from her. I also have a Connie Mason book that we are reading for Historical Hellions. I will put it here. I cannot find my Connie Mason books. I have a ton by her. They used to be in the bottom corner. I rearranged things like a couple months ago, and now I cannot find it. And I'm like, where did I put my Connie Mason collection? Because I had a ton. I must have put it somewhere obvious because I was looking and I was like, there's no way it's hidden behind like a ton of things. So it is this book. All I know is that it's Australian, and Samantha really wanted to read it because there's a kangaroo on the cover. So I like more adventurous stuff. One of my favorite ones we've read is Connie Mason's that was in Alaska. So I have high hopes for this one. I haven't loved some of ours recently, so hopefully this one is a good one. And then I have not confirmed the date yet, but for my Patreon book club, I'm hopefully having Joanna Shoup join. I reached out to her back in like January, February for June, and it's been a while, so hopefully she's still good to go, and we are hopefully going to be reading Lions and Lace by Megan McKinney. So she has talked about loving this book, and it is a Gilded Age romance that I'm pretty sure inspired her Gilded Age romances, so I'm very excited to read this with my patrons. I have to message her today. I'm filming this on the 26th, so I'm filming this a little bit early. I had wanted to get that confirmed before I was filming my TBR, but I'm hoping to take the weekend off from filming. So I'm trying to set better boundaries with work and give myself time for having weekends. So this one we're hopefully reading, and I'm very excited. I obviously will have an announcement to my patrons before the month starts, but hopefully we're reading this. Okay, then I think those are all the book clubs I have / read-alongs. I'm not doing any read-alongs in June with Tori because it's a wild month for both of us, so we're taking a little bit of a break, and then we're gonna come back hopefully in July to do a couple read-alongs. But I don't know where I want to start. I do have one more historical I want to read. That's Prisoner of My Desire by Joanna Lindsey. I'm kind of itching to read some historicals again, and this one sounds just like the drama I need and like a good old school historical. So she kidnaps him because she wants a baby. He's furious. She lets him go. He kidnaps her in retaliation. So I know so many authors who have talked about this and loving it, and they're like, yeah, it's a horrible, horrible plot, but we love it. So I'm excited to read this one. Hopefully I enjoy that one and it's as good as it sounds. And then I'm just gonna go through these. So I'm hopefully reading a bunch of Nora Roberts on vacation. I already asked Catherine Cowles, who is like the Nora Roberts queen. I was like, I have the stack, let me know what I should be pulling out. So all of those are gonna be in my Patreon video, but I do really wanna get to Black Hills sometime this month. This is the other one that a lot of people have told me I would really enjoy because I'm pretty sure the heroine has a like nature preserve or something that she runs, and they were young. I think it's the hero and the heroine find a dead body and then years go by. She wants to become a wildlife biologist and protect her family land. He is an investigator in New York and goes to his grandparents' ranch to take care of them, and she wants to open a wildlife refuge. Yes. And so she has a beloved cougar, and I'm assuming it's romantic suspense. So this one sounds really good. High on my TBR. If I don't get to it before my vacation, I'm bringing it with me. So I am adding it to my Nora stack. I have 4 already, and I ordered another one about smoke jumpers, which sounds really, really cool. Fire jumpers, I don't remember what they're called, but I ordered that one on eBay. So very excited for that one. Okay, so then let's see what I want to talk about first. We have The Wolf and the Wildflower by Stacey Reed. This is probably on a past TBR, but this one is also historical romance, and it sounds so good. He was like basically raised in the wild, or like has spent a few years there, and now is back in society because like people found him, and it's their romance. And I'm pretty sure she has lived her life as a man to be able to have like the ability to do things men can do. So she's like gone to school and had exposure to a lot of different things because her mother almost died having her and knew she would die having another kid and would be forced to if she didn't have a son. So she told her husband it was a son. So sounds really intriguing. Very excited to read this one. I have a couple of Berkeley romances that I'm definitely excited to get to. I think I have 4. I don't read too many traditionally published books, but like for some reason in summer, I'm like, I want to read these. So I have 4 of them. We have Allie Hazelwood's new one, Love Theoretically. Can't even tell you the synopsis of this one. I think it's similar where it's like a STEM rom-com. It might be Hate to Love because all of hers have been so far. So I have this and I really love the color of the cover. And then I do have Lucy on the Wild Side by Carrie Ray. So this author's actually from Columbus, which is where I'm from, and it's based on the Columbus Zoo where I worked when I was in college. So I really want to read this one. I think that it's about a zookeeper and a reality show that's going to be there. So I saw her when I went to, I think it was, I don't remember which author it was for. It was either Elena Armas or Allie Hazelwood went to Joseph Beth in Cincinnati, and she was the moderator, and I really liked her and realized she wrote a book about the Columbus Zoo. So I was like, sure, that is gonna go high on my TBR. I also have Do I Know You by Emily Wimberly and Osman Siegman Broca. This one is a marriage and trouble romance, and I guess they go on vacation, I think maybe, and they end up acting like they don't know each other and like dating for the first time. So it's marriage and trouble, which I really love, and I've seen a couple people on Instagram love this, so I'm adding that to my TBR. And then Matching My Outfit, Happy Place by Emily Henry. I have to read this. I really enjoyed Beach Read, and that's the only one I've loved by this author. I thought People Who Meet on Vacation was fine, and Book Lovers was boring. So I've heard people who loved Beach Read enjoy this one. So we'll see how I feel. I'm obsessed with the colors of all of her covers though. They're so good. And apparently they've been dating for a long time and they were perfect together, but they broke up 5 months ago and haven't told their best friends. And they're at a cottage and have to share a room together with their friend group's yearly getaway. And it's a second chance romance, which I love. So we'll see how I feel about that. I also realized I never continued the Kingmaker series by Sophie Lark. So this one is book 2. I love Sophie Lark and I love these books, and I feel like I miss her so much. We have not gotten a new release since Anastasia, which was a while ago. I think she's almost done writing something, but I love these books. Like, I loved The Heir. Is that the first one? The Heir, yes. So I have to read this one. I don't know why I haven't yet. I don't know. They're like mafia college romances. They're so good. I have If This Is Love by Julianne. This is her angsty new release. I believe it's age gap and it's on a ranch. So there's something about like buying someone in here, I think. But it says the man I love is marrying the woman I hate, which screams something I'd be obsessed with. So I have to read that one. I also have Bewitched by Laura Thalassa. I forgot I had this. I pre-ordered it from Barnes & Noble during one of their sales, and it came, and it's Laura Thalassa's new fantasy. So I think it's fantasy or paranormal, and well, I'm thinking fantasy. So she's 20 and she's accepted into a coven, which is an academy for young witches. So is it, if there's witches, is it paranormal or fantasy? I guess it depends. But she goes to South America and her magic awakens to save her life, and using her powers devours her memories one by one. And she finds herself awakening an ancient evil who mistakes Celine for his long dead wife. Why does this sound like The Mummy right now? She becomes entangled in a dangerous plot. Sounds really good. I'm excited. I also have a very angsty romance, The Summer We Fell by Elizabeth O'Rourke. This one I believe is like an ex's brother romance, and I think it flashes between past and present, which I love, and it's apparently angsty. It's super short. It's less than 300 pages. Why have I not read this yet? I love Elizabeth O'Rourke. I love angst. High on my TBR. I might read it before June starts. We also have Give Me a Reason by A.L. Jackson. This has been on 1,000,001 of my TBRs, but I really want to get to this one because I recently read her new release and loved it. And this one is her Small Town Romantic Suspense series. Her new release was really good with romantic suspense, and I've heard she has really great twists. So this one is a single dad enemies to lovers standalone romance about a jaded club owner and his son's teacher. Obviously, I'm going to read that. I also have KK Allen, who I love. We have Blanket of Stars. This one is the one I'm most excited for in the series because it is the brother who was in the military. And he was in a near-fatal crash, and so now he is back home in his small town, and it's his romance with someone in the small town, and it's an opposites attract romance. It says, from the moment our eyes met, the attraction was undeniable. So very, very excited. And I think this is the one she said was her favorite too. So I'm going to read that one soon. And I also have 2 by Willow Astor. So I've been meaning to read more of her. I read her books she wrote with Taryn Fisher and I really love them. So we have Unforgettable and Autumn Nights. I bought these because I did meet her in Chicago and she is lovely. So this one is a one-night stand, changes everything between them, and it's book 1 of the series, but it can be read as a standalone. And then this one I think is a single dad football star. So I'm excited for these. I love the covers. There's a Summer Nights, I think, but I haven't heard too much about that one. So we'll see how these 2 go. And then I have 4 more. So we have The Kite by N.R. Walker that one of my close friends, Desiree from Genki Reader or Genki Musings on Instagram and TikTok, sent me this, and she's like, you still haven't read the book I sent. And I'm like, listen, I will get to it. So this one is MM, and it's an ex-Australian specialist response group leader, has been running covert ops, and I think one of them is in danger, and the other one is a dangerous man, and they have to go on the run together, I think. I'm pretty sure it has romantic suspense in it, and she knows I love that, so very excited to read that one. I also have The Badge, which is Lena Hendricks. I've met her and love her, and I need to read this one. It's romantic suspense as well. Like, it is criminals hiding at a ranch with their handlers, and it sounds amazing. And why have I not read it yet? Good question. I am going to read this one this month. I am determined to, because I think I'm going to love that series so much. I also have The Playlist by Morgan Elizabeth. This one is, I think, Taylor Swift inspired. Had a really fun box that I received in PR with this one, and it is a best friend's brother. It's Always Been You road trip, one bed, good girl, spicy rom-com. I really loved His Season for Revenge, so I think I'm going to enjoy this one. I do love a good road trip romance that screams summer. I'm excited to read that. And then I have Beautifully Broken Vows. I was supposed to read this last month and I didn't get around to it, but it is a billionaire small town, I believe, marriage of convenience romance, and I really want to read it. This author sent this to me along with some of her other books, so I was most excited for this one, and she said she thinks I would like this one the most. So hopefully I can get to this one. I've been loving billionaire romances too, so top of my TBR. And those are all the books I hope to read in June. Obviously I'll have some audiobooks I want to listen to and some Kindle books, but so far those are the ones that are physically on my TBR, and I feel like that's enough to chat about. So I'm trying to get better at reading physical books and getting things off of my shelves and reading them. So that's all I have. Let me know what you want to read in the month and what you're excited for me to read. I would love to hear. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye.